Hey guys, in this video we will show you our top quality multi-time frame analysis that no one talks about. So stay tuned to do not miss your next move. So here's EURUSD weekly time frame, and as you can see, this pair ended week on this massive bearish engulfing candle. Also, this candle approaching the key monthly effective support level. So let's go deeper into this and discuss the recent price action on this pair. So first of all, as you can see, we have a long wick candle right here, which rejects both the daily and monthly effective resistance right here, as you can see, with this very long wick candle. And after this rejection, as you can see, price tanked down with this beautiful momentum candle, breaking it right through the round number level 1.20. So again, all this tells us about clear bearish price action on the weekly time frame on the EURUSD. But on the other hand, one important implication here as well, because like we already said, here we have monthly effective support level, which represents a lot of strength and value, because as you can see in the past, for instance right here, we have multiple rejections right of that level before price break right through it and continued its dominant trend direction. And as you can see on the weekly time frame, right here we have also the 50 MA floating somewhere at the monthly effective support area as well. So again, all these confluence factors could potentially stop the price and cause a possible reversal. But again, right now we have a pure bearish bias on the EURUSD on the weekly time frame. And right now we expect a trend continuation to the downside. So with that being said, let's go deeper into our analysis and go to the daily time frame. So guys, before we continue, we also want to share with you our VIP group performance. As you can see, over the past 2 weeks we made over 5,000 pips. So as always, amazing performance in our premium group. And with that being said, in our VIP community we are not only sending the live signals, but also we have a complete trading program which touch on all essentials that you need to be profitable, including our 3 strategies for the day trading, for the scalping, and for the gold advanced price action trading. So again, all links will be in the description and in the comment section below. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our support team and you will be answered as soon as possible. So again guys, beautiful performance, over 5,000 pips within 2 weeks. And with that being said, let's back to our analysis. So here is EURUSD daily time frame, and as you can see on this time frame we got even more confirmation in terms of bearish bias. So first of all, as you can see, we have a beautiful momentum breakout of the daily effective support in the 50 MA right here. Then even price came back to reject it right here. And boom, we have 2 momentum candles showing for us drastic downtrend. And as you can see even more, we have a breakout of the previous swing low right in this candle, meaning for us a new low, which again telling for us that price currently making a lower lows and lower highs. Again allowing for us to establish a clear bearish bias. So our 2 higher time frames are confluent, meaning that we have a bearish bias on the weekly and on the daily. So keeping that in mind, we have a higher probability for the downside directional movement within the next week on this pair. So with that being said, let's go down to the lower time frames to discuss our trade ideas for the coming week on the EURUSD. So here's EURUSD 1 hour time frame, and as you can see, boom, we got this price choppiness once price approaching the round number level and the key monthly effective support level as well. So as you can see, we have a multiple candles actually showing for us an indecision movement. So with that being said, to enter into high quality trade and avoid price choppiness like this, we first of all want to see the monthly effective support breakout as a trigger event. So again, breakout will serve for us as a trigger event, but still no entry. And only once the price will come back to reject the broken level, we may easily jump into the short trade, again first of all targeting this daily effective support, because as you can see, like it was in the past, right here we got a breakout of the daily level, and as you can see, then price beautifully pulled back right here to reject the broken level. And as you can see, this trade had a lot of protection from the daily level and the 50 MA as well. So again, high quality trading looks like this one. So breakout, pullback, and then only trade entry. Because as you can see again, this is a monthly level and price multiple times reversed from that level in the past, at the same time showing multiple fake outs of that level. That's why we cannot enter solely on the breakout of this monthly level. But again, if we further see multiple rejections right of that monthly level, and then price will start to create the wide swings, price may change their dominant trend, and that's why let's consider a bullish idea as well. But again, keep in mind that we have a lower probability for bullish idea to occur within the next week, since all our higher time frames are confluent as bearish. But anyway, let's discuss. So it's quite simple idea. Let's just put a trend line right here, and as you can see, we have a minor structure level right here, since price rejected and respected it in the past. And boom, quite simple idea. As always, 3 confluence factors, breakout of which will serve for us as a trigger event, and then we would like to see some pullbacks or to the 50 MA or to the broken structure level to enter into the high quality trade with great protection. And boom, as always, our targets are our effective levels. If you want to learn more about effective levels and how to establish it properly, again, this episode includes in our premium community. With that being said, let's move on to the pound dollar. So here's pound dollar weekly time frame, and on the one hand we have some early signs of a possible trend change through the long wick candle right here, rejecting both the weekly level and the monthly level as well, and then a trend continuation movement to the downside. But again, guys, as you can see, price generally in an uptrend, and right now these two red candles means nothing, since it could be only considered as a pullback until the breakout of that weekly level. So only once this level will be broken, we may talk about the new low, which is a first sign of a bearish bias. But until that time, we are generally in an uptrend. So that's why we have an indecision bias on the pound dollar on the weekly. And with that being said, let's go down to the daily time frame to see more detailed picture. So here's pound dollar daily time frame, and as you can see, on the one hand, price has made a lower high right here and a lower low. But on the other hand, as you can see, we have a multi-confluence area right here, where the weekly effective support, the daily 50 MA and the round number level 1.38 all perfectly lining up. And as you can see, we even have an initial reaction of the price right to that level through this long wick candle right here, which could be, of course, considered as a bullish sign, but without any confirmations. And with that being said, we have an indecision bias on the daily time frame for the pound dollar as well. And that's why we will discuss both scenarios for the coming week, meaning bearish and bullish, since we need further confirmations to establish a clear bias on this pair. So with that being said, let's move on to the lower time frames to discuss our trade ideas for the coming week. So here's pound dollar for our time frame, and first of all, let's discuss the bearish idea. So as you can remember, here we have the 50 MA on the daily time frame. And guys, important to know that pound dollar idea generally repeats the euro dollar idea, since this pair are quite similar and have a very positive correlation coefficient. So again, it makes no sense to go into the short trade until the breakout of the weekly level and the 50 MA on the daily time frame, since these factors serve as a strong support levels from which price could potentially pull back over and over again. So only once we see a breakout of that level, we may easily jump into this short trade. And again, we have two options: wait for a pullback of that broken weekly level, wait for a pullback to the golden Fibonacci zone, or for a possible A+ trade, you may wait for a long week rejections of the 50 MA on the daily time frame. So since we have an indecision bias, let's discuss bullish idea as well. So again, it generally repeats the euro dollar trade as well, since we draw a trend line. We have multi-confluence area in face of trendline 50 MA and the daily effective resistance. And again, only once the price will break this level, we may jump into the trade even without a pullback. But guys, you should bear in mind that if you enter on the initial breakout, you should place a wider stop loss to do not be stop out on the rejection of the broken level. So with that being said, here's our views on the pound dollar. Leave the comments what you think about these ideas for the coming week. And let's move on to the dollar CAD. So here's dollar CAD weekly time frame, and as you can see, price starting to show for us some bullish signs on the weekly time frame, because as you can see, first of all, we have this long wick rejection of the weekly level, and this week price again failed to establish a new low and pull back, again creating this long wick and closing a little bit higher from the previous candle, again, which means for us a higher low on the lower time frames, which is a first sign of a possible bullish bias. But again, looking at the weekly time frame solely, we would like to see a clear momentum breakout of the two weekly levels right here to talk about some bullish bias and a further trend continuation to the upside. So with that being said, let's go down to the daily time frame. So here's daily time frame, and as you can see, on Friday, price got for us a price action which not allowed to establish a clear bullish bias on this pair, because as you can see, we have a long wick rejection of the 50 EMA right here and of the key weekly level. So again, this price action always considered as a bearish, and that's why we are not able to talk about pure bullish bias on the dollar CAD on the daily time frame. But even though we have these beautiful two momentum candles right here after price touched the weekly level. So again, indecision bias on the dollar CAD on the daily, and in addition, let's draw a trend line right here which could potentially help us on the lower time frames when we will discuss trading ideas for the coming week. So with that being said, let's go right into it. So here's $CAD for our time, and as you can see, we already have our high confidence area in phase of trend line established on the daily time frame and the key weekly level right here. So again, once the price will be able to break right through the trend line, we may easily jump into the long trade, first of all targeting this another weekly level. But as you can remember, we had multiple rejections right of that weekly level, even in the recent past, as you can see right here. So that's why if price will fail to break right through it, it may continue its dominant trend direction, meaning the price could potentially fall even further. So again, to jump into the short trade, we may draw this immediate trend line somewhere right here. Of course, it's imperfect, but it only serves as a fast trigger event, and again, boom. Once the price will break the trend line along with the 50 EMA, we may easily jump into the short trade, and again targeting previous low, meaning that this weekly level. Here's our views on the $CAD, and without further ado, let's move on to the So here's gold weekly. And as you can see, we have a strong bearish price action on the weekly time frame through the breakout of the 50 EMA and the monthly level, and then price even came back to reject it with a long wick and fall down even further. So again, all this creates for us a clear bearish bias on the gold, and as a result, we got a trend continuation movement to the downside within the past week. But as you can see right now, price approaching the key daily level, which should be taken into account when it comes to trade entry. So again, on the weekly time frame, we have a beautiful bearish bias on the gold. So with that being said, let's move on to the daily. So here's daily, and on the one hand, we can see a beautiful downtrend with almost no pullback and beautiful momentum candles, but on the other hand, as you can see, once price approaching the key daily level, right here, it starts to show for us a shrinking candles, as well as candle color change, which is not great when it comes to pure bearish bias. If the price will continue to show the price action like this, we may easily see even a reversal, since all these factors meaning for us an early signs of a possible trend change. But again, to confirm our bullish bias, we would like to see a higher high, meaning the breakout of that structure level. But until that time, we are still in a downtrend and should pay more attention to the short opportunities on this pair. So with that being said, let's go down to the lower time frames to discuss our ideas for the coming week. So here's gold, 1 hour time frame, and first of all, let's discuss the bearish idea. So first of all, let's draw a trend line. So here it is. And right now we have two opportunities for an entry. So first opportunity is focused more on the fast move, meaning on the scalping. So once we see a breakout of that immediate trend line, we immediately jump into the short trade, and our first target will be this daily level. But the second trade opportunity is more for swing traders, which would like to catch a bigger move with greater protection. And again, to enter into the swing trade, we would like to see a breakout of the daily level, and then a pullback to the Fibonacci golden zone with some long wicks, and then jump into the high quality trade with great protection and high potential. But on the other hand, if the price will fail to do that and makes a higher high, let's discuss a bullish idea as well. So as you can see, we can establish a long-term trend line. So let's do this. Let's draw it somewhere right here. Our trigger event, as always, will be the breakout of the trend line of the 50 EMA and of the structure level. Once we see it, it could mean for us a higher high, meaning that our bias will be confirmed as bullish, and all that we need is wait for some pullback and then enter into the long trade. And with that being said, let's move on to the US oil. So here's US oil, and as you can see, this week price showed for us again another insane momentum candle. Right here, boom, which smashed all on its way and continues its beautiful movement to the upside. So again, clear bullish bias on the US oil, since we have an insane uptrend with almost no pullbacks and almost all green candles in a row. So with that being said, let's go down to the lower time frames to see some trade opportunities. Here's for our time frame, guys, and as you can see, boom, like we already discussed, when it comes to drastic momentum upside movement, it's very hard to find some good trade entries. So with that being said, we have some minor structure level where price stalled at some period of time somewhere right here. And right now, we only see the long trade opportunity only if the price will pull back right to that level. Then as always, we draw a trend line to confirm it and enter on the breakout of the trend line. So guys, thanks for watching. Press the like button if you like the analysis, comment below what you think about this analysis, what pairs you track for the coming week. Also consider to join our VIP group as well. All links will be in the description to the video and in the comment section below. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to contact our support team. So again, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and see you the next week.